Katatapos nga lang ng nakadidismayang kampanya ng Gilas sa FIBA Asia Cup, kung saan ay nalaglag ito sa torneo at hindi nakapasok sa quarterfinal since 2007 at marami ang nadismaya. At sa latest interview kay Gilas coach Chot Reyes ay naglabas ito ng saloobin at sinabing maging siya ay nadismaya. Pero still, positive pa rin si Chot at this will only help daw Gilas and the players in the long run. At sa same interview nung tinanong ni Dian Castillejo sa Play It Right TV si Coach Chot, and for the interview on Coach Chot sa Play It Right TV, let's watch this mga brad.
Ngunit bago yan, huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe sa ating channel at mag-follow sa ating Facebook page para lagi tayong updated sa mga latest nating videos.
This was a possibility. We were aiming for at least 8th place. An 8th place fit to get into, we were aiming to get at least into the top 8 to get into the quarterfinals. But like you said, unfortunately, we did not get the job done, and we are where we are right now.
So, Coach Chot, right after the right after the game, of course, I heard you at the press conference. You were disappointed. The players were disappointed. The country is disappointed, of course. Can you share with us what kind of conversations you've been having with the team so far after the game, maybe today, the day after, Coach?
Well, first of all, I said I told the players that I wish I could have been a better coach for them to get them to into the quarterfinals, at least to the top 8. That's number one. And number two, but I also told them not to be discouraged, to get to learn the lessons from this difficult experience, because it's going to help them in their own respective journeys, whether as part of Gilas in the future. Our players, some of them are going to Japan, some of them are going to Korea. Some of them are going to go back to play for their college teams in the UAP. And I said that everything that happened here is just going to be of a greater benefit for them. So, in spite of how downhearted we felt, that they should still take the lessons from that. And then finally, to just keep our eyes on the big picture, which is to make sure that we're able to be available to make themselves available and keep getting better for 2023. Because when I was hired, that was what I was hired for, to put the best team together for the World Cup.
Coach Chot, there's been a lot of bashing in social media. Very cruel, very unfair. You didn't ask for this job. You didn't apply for this job. Coach Baldwin declined to coach in the February window, and SBP and Sir MVP asked you to fill in at very short notice. You hardly had any players. I think you had less than 8 players, and several of them were going to the PBA draft. You had 5 weeks to prepare for February, and even now, it appears to be a system problem because player availability has been an issue. Personally, I don't think it's a coaching problem. I think it's a player availability problem, because you go to war with players without much training time, without a naturalized player, without your top scorer, Dwight Ramos. How are you expected to perform, Coach Chot?
Yeah, I'm glad you put it that way, Kinito. I was hired on February 1 to play to play my first game on Feb 25.
Right.
So that's only 24 days, and I was left with barely anything. I had 5 or 6 players. There were no players available. There was no plan. There was no program. Even the coaching staff, we had to really start from scratch, start from zero. So, yun pa lang, it was already a very difficult predicament to be in. It was a really tough start, and now I'm 4 months into the job, and still we haven't gone into a tournament with any kind of preparation. This team started practicing as a whole team after the India game. If you remember, there was the game against India in Manila.
Yes.
And then we gave the players a couple of days off, and then they started practicing on July 6 for our first game on when was our first game? July 13 or something. Yeah. So I mean, like you said, we don't have our naturalized player. We don't have a naturalized player. Dwight Ramos was also injured, and then compound that with the lack of practice time. Again, this is not to make excuses, but I just hope everyone understands how difficult the situation is. We're trying our best as a coaching staff to facilitate, to expedite, put together the team, but it takes time for people, for players to learn how to play together, how to play within a system. And we're playing against teams here who are already they're very veteran, established teams. So it was really, really difficult. We really tried our best, pero hindi talaga kaya, unfortunately.
Yeah.